back to another episode of Play by Play presented by Win or Lose Sports. Visit us online at Win or Lose Sports, winorloseshow.com, and follow us on all social media at Win or Lose Show. We're going to talk about some basketball, NBA, and some pro football. Dallas Cowboys lose again last night to the Houston Texans. This game was expected. Just getting right into it. This game was expected for the Cowboys to lose just because of the track record of this season. This season hasn't been successful at all. And it's due to a lot of key factors. Injuries earlier in the season to the defense, Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. And now the recent injury of Dak Prescott with his hamstring. Season-ending injury or surgery that he's having or have had by the time this podcast comes out, this episode comes out. And it's just expected for them to not be successful this year. And I don't think that was planned by Jerry Jones for this Cowboys team to look the way it's looking right now. But I think because they are looking the way they are looking, this is something that he can capitalize on as far as talking about free agency next season and getting a good pick in the draft next season. But we say these things as Cowboys fans that what we expect of the ownership and the management of the Cowboys and Jerry Jones and his son and the management team there is that we expect them to do what other teams do, which is find good players and find coaches and find and build a system that will make this team a success, a successful season for the Cowboys. And as Cowboys fans, we expect that to be going to the Super Bowl or at least making it to the NFC Championship, and which we haven't done in 30 years. So last night they lose to the Texans, like I said. Only thing I can get good out of this the rest of the season and the rest of these games is seeing how the defense can support this team's lack of offense. Because that's what the team was when Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator. Is that the defense caused turnovers and made things happen when the offense wasn't performing. But the offense did not put up bad games when you think about those seasons with Dan Quinn, because we had Dak Prescott still, and he was putting up MVP numbers last year. The year before, obviously, coming back from an injury, he had had 9 interceptions or whatever in 13 games. But it was something about the continuity, and this is what I'm going to focus on today, is the continuity of that team, of those teams, those Cowboys teams. Even though we did not have a great coach in Mike McCarthy, or before that, a great coach in Jason Garrett, who ever had this team on defense, which was Dan Quinn of recent, that defense knew what they had to do, even though they couldn't stop the run as good. And I talked about this in the previous episodes. But they had continuity. They know where or what could happen. If Micah Parsons is rushing the quarterback, that's going to put pressure on the quarterback, and he's going to end up making a mistake. And that puts our DBs and safeties in a good position to cause a turnover. Or Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence or the rest of the D-line and linebackers will put pressure on the quarterback and cause sacks or cause fumbles in the backfield. So there were things that was happening with the defense, and they knew that working together in that aspect would be a benefit for them and help them win games. The continuity that they had together, working together in different positions on the field, would help them be winners. Not winning Super Bowls because we know that didn't happen. Maybe not winning too many playoff games because that didn't happen as much as well either. But they had something. Oh, and even as Cowboys fans, we had something to look forward to because we know that defense was going to do something on the field. Now, today, this year, we don't have anything to look forward to. It's just sad to see a team that had so much promise over the last few years just dwindle down like that. And it's not a lack of players. It's not a lack of personnel. It's not a lack of talent that they have on the team. It's a lack of, or it's the mismanagement of the talent that they have on the team. The mismanagement of the personnel and putting people in the right positions to be successful. There's no continuity. There's no chemistry on this team. Obviously not now because now Dak Prescott's not playing and you have Cooper Rush in there and, he's Cooper Rush. So, and we have, we only have CeeDee Lamb right now. Toller's doing the best he can. We don't have a number 2 receiver, to be honest. But Brandon Cook's injured as well. So it's just a fall apart year for the Cowboys. And not looking like we're going to do anything but get a good draft pick over the summer. So hopefully that happens with the Cowboys this season. Pittsburgh and the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens game Sunday was probably the game of the week other than the KC and Bills games. But when you look at those teams, when you look at Pittsburgh and how they play so well together on defense, when you have Patrick Queen, who used to play for Baltimore, just making plays. We have Cam Hayward just making plays. Joey Porter Jr. just making plays. Mika Fitzpatrick making plays on defense, causing their offense to not. You look at Derrick Henry, he didn't have that many. You thought he was going to run the ball down. No, they stopped him. Especially TJ Watt. He made a great play in the backfield on Derrick Henry. Like, you don't see Derrick Henry get stuffed in the backfield like that. But the point is that they're so focused on defense. They're so focused. They know their roles. They know where they need to be on the field to stop the play. Stop any play. And Baltimore didn't look like Baltimore anymore for that game. Pittsburgh made them look bad on offense. Now, Baltimore's defense did the same thing to Pittsburgh's offense and made people question if Russell Wilson was the quarterback for this team. And it's not because of the lack of talent of Russell, because Baltimore's defense did the same thing. They shut down Pittsburgh's offense. But there were some great plays by Russell, especially some passes from Russell to Pickens, George Pickens. Just some amazing catches. But the continuity that they have, the chemistry that they have, the chemistry that Buffalo has together on offense, even though they can move receivers in and out their offense, and not waver. It's because of the talent of Josh Allen and the confidence that coach and that system that they have in Josh Allen. And they put the ball in his hands, and because of course Cook in the backfield, but the way that they play together, the way they operate together, and makes the team successful and makes them operate without a hitch. Of course, there are going to be some bad plays in games, and some, defense is going to prevail, over the offense. But it's the same way. The offense is going to prevail over the defense. But these teams have systems in place and the continuity that they have working together to make them win, to help them win football games. And that's something that the Cowboys lack. And they lack that this year. And it looks like no one on the field knows what they're doing. And it's because of the coaching and the system and the management, the ownership. Something needs to change. And I keep preaching that over and over again. Something needs to change with the Cowboys for them to be successful. I'm not looking for a successful year until something changes in management and still something changes on offense as far as play calling with Mike McCarthy. There needs to be a change in coaching. Maybe bring in a Deion Sanders, who's more of a motivator, and bring in a different person to call the offensive plays. That works. Bring in a Bill Belichick who is a great motivator and who can bring in other people to call plays. That works. So Jerry, let's make a move. Like make something happen for this team to turn around and be successful. Not this year. It's not going to happen this year, but next year, the year after. Somebody said 25-26 is looking like the Cowboys is going to be that's going to be the Cowboys year. 25-26. Never know. Anyway, moving on to the NBA. So I'm talking about continuity. I'm talking about chemistry. I'm talking about teams working together to be successful. We look at the NBA now. I want to talk about the top teams in the Eastern Conference, which obviously are the defending champion Celtics and the surprising top of the NBA Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 15-0. And I heard someone say this, like, the reason why the Cavaliers are this good. Some people say they're not playing that many good teams or whatever. Of course, the Eastern Conference is very top heavy, and a lot of the teams towards the bottom aren't winning many games at all. But the reason the Cavaliers are working so well together is because this team has been together for a few years, and I know they brought in a new coach, but this team is successful because they know how to work well together. At 15-0, Donovan Mitchell leading his team, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, who's probably a surprise to a lot of people, but he's been this good. It's just having the opportunity to play on this level with a team that knows how to play together. So when they started playing well together, I mean, even last year they were playing a lot of games like this, like they're playing now. But when you have repetition and playing together and knowing where your guy is going to be on the floor, knowing where the offense should come from in certain situations, that is what makes a team successful in basketball. Just like the Celtics. The Celtics went to the finals and the Eastern Conference Finals for, I think, 3 or 4 years in a row and kept losing. Went to the finals in 22 and lost to the Golden State Warriors. But because Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum worked so well together and playing together for these years, and then adding in Al Horford, adding in Derek White over the last few years, removing Marcus Smart, because I always thought that he was the reason why they couldn't get over that hump. And it's because he wasn't a true point guard. And now you bring in a true point guard in Drew Holiday, who knows how to run an offense, who knows how to play deep. I mean, Marcus Smart was a great defender, of course, but Drew Holiday, who's on both ends of the floor, running the offense, and you got Derek White, who runs the offense as well, even Jason Tatum. But they can move the ball around and know who's available on that in that position, and certain situations you know who to get the ball to, and who not to give the ball to, obviously, but who to give the ball to, and how they can be effective on offense and winning basketball games, and even on defense, because this team obviously plays well together on both ends of the floor. Drew Holiday, of course, is a two-way player who plays great on defense, and Derek White as well, great on defense and very effective on offense. Jaylen Brown, great on defense, very effective on offense. Al Horford can defend. He's not the biggest man down low, but he can defend, and plays very well on offense. They know how to play together. They know how, and they got over that hump and winning the championship last year over the Dallas Mavericks. But it's because they learned each other. They learned the system. They learned, and Joe Mazzulla learned as well. Learned how to let this team, okay, let's let them cook. Let them play well together. They know how to play well together. When you're talking about chemistry and continuity, just like me and my brothers growing up playing, or me and my brothers and a few friends growing up playing together, we knew that if this guy's on my team, my brother's on my team, and this other guy's on my team, like, we know we're gonna win because I know where they're gonna be on the floor. I know where to hit them on a pass. I didn't know where I'm gonna be on the floor, what I can do on the floor. And we knew how to play well together. You know why? Because we played so much ball together that it was flawless offense. And we knew how to shut down on defense because this is what we were taught over the years. So the Celtics being taught and learning each other and finding that continuity and chemistry together, it built their confidence, first of all, on offense. And knowing that, okay, no one can really stop us but us. That's what the Cavaliers are feeling right now. Unfortunately, the Cavaliers are facing the Celtics tonight, and I'm not trying to predict any scores, but I mean, any wins or loss, I don't like to do that, especially with my team, the Celtics. But it's looking like the Celtics might have their number tonight. I don't know, but I think it's going to be a great game. But just focusing on the continuity of the Celtics, of the Cavaliers, that's why they are so successful. And you look at the lack of continuity and chemistry with some teams, like the Philadelphia 76ers. I know they had a lot of injuries early on, with Joel Embiid being out, with Paul George being out early, but he's playing now. Tyrese Maxey out. But the reason why they're not successful like the Cavaliers and the Celtics is because they have moving parts all the time. Paul George being added to that team. Now he's a very heavy ball. He needs the ball in his hand to be effective on offense. Tyrese Maxey needs the ball in his hand to be effective and move the ball around. Joel Embiid wants the ball in his hands. So then now they have to figure out what we can do, how we can play together to be successful. Who's going to have the ball in what situation, and how can we make that work so we can win basketball games? Now you're looking at the Milwaukee Bucks, who's the same way. I know Damon's been there. This is his second year here, but they still have to figure out where is Giannis Antetokounmpo going to have the ball? When is he going to have the ball? When is Dame going to have the ball? Last night you saw a game against Toronto to where they figured it out. Giannis made the stop on defense, got the block. He gave it right to Dame. Dame closed out the game, drove to the lane, hit a layup, and put the Milwaukee Bucks up and ended up winning the game. But they have to figure that out over time. Doc Rivers has to figure this out. How can this team be successful? What is the method? What is the method, or what's the chemistry going to be? Like, how can I put this team together so they can win games, win big games, win good games, not just against bad teams, but against good teams? Because when you look at Milwaukee, they're not a bad talent pool. They remind me of the Dallas Cowboys because they have great talent. They have the personnel on the floor, but they don't have the chemistry or the continuity. They don't have the coaching to make this team successful. And, Doc Rivers, he was a Celtics coach in 2008, 2009 when the Celtics won the NBA championship with Paul Pierce and Rondo and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett. But that was it. Nothing was ever heard from Doc Rivers since. He went to the Clippers and nothing. He went to other teams and nothing. Went to Philadelphia and nothing. Won nothing. Now he's in Milwaukee. I don't think that he is the guy for Milwaukee. Milwaukee had a great record, 30 and 13 or something like that, with the previous coach, and got fired because I think Giannis had some beef with the coach. So he got him removed, brought in Doc. Doc is not doing any better. Actually, he's doing worse. A lot worse. So when you talk about chemistry and continuity, it's not just about the players on the floor. It's about coaching, the system that's in place. Continuity is a flow of a system that makes a system makes it successful, makes it bring wins home, makes a team win games when you probably thought they shouldn't win a game, because they had the continuity, they had the chemistry to get over certain situations, get over a 18-point loss, or you're down by 18, we come back and win by 17 or win by 10 in the fourth quarter. It's because they have the continuity, they have the chemistry, they have the know-how to get back into games. Milwaukee doesn't have that. Dallas Cowboys don't have that. When you watch a Cowboys game and they're down by 10 at halftime, or they down by 7 in the fourth quarter, it's looking like, okay, we're probably not going to win this game, because we don't have the confidence, and we don't have the continuity, we don't have the chemistry to be confident in this team for us to be successful. We don't have the coaching to motivate our players and say, hey, we have to do this, we have to do X, Y, Z to get back into this game and win this football game. Boston Celtics, when you're talking about the NBA, the Boston Celtics and the Cavaliers have that. They have the know-how, even within the players, besides the coaching. Within the players, they say, okay, this is what we need to do to get back into this basketball game. The leadership roles on the floor shows that. Donovan Mitchell is being a leader on this team and showing them, okay, this is what we need to do to get back into this game. The coaching itself in Cleveland is saying, this is what we need to do to get back into this game. This is how we can be successful. This is the formula. This is the word I was looking for earlier that I was stuck. But this is the formula that we need to get back into this game and for us to be successful. The formula plus the chemistry and the continuity equals victory, equals wins, equals a 15-0 season by the Cavaliers, equals a 11-3 season so far by the Boston Celtics. Looking at the Western Conference, a lot of people kind of brushed off the Golden State Warriors after they won 20 and 22, but after that they were like, okay, Klay's washed up, Draymond's a menace, and Steph is getting older, and Steve Kerr is losing his touch, and that's not the case. They just needed new pieces in place for the formula to work, so they can build more continuity and chemistry for them to be successful. At 10-3 right now, the Golden State Warriors, and 11-3 the Oklahoma City Thunder. Even the Lakers, who people kind of written off this year, are at 9-4. Like I said, they had the players, they had the talent in place. Now it was up to coaching to be able to put a formula together for this team to believe in, for them to be successful. JJ Redick is an offensive genius. I don't know if you've listened to any of his podcasts, but he's a very smart guy on offense in basketball, period. So that shows that's showing now. I don't know how many games they've won in a row, but earlier this season they were They won 5 in a row. So that, I mean, probably the biggest winning streak in the NBA besides the Cavaliers. Yeah, I mean, well, the Magic 6 in a row, but the Lakers winning 5 in a row, 6-4 in the last 10. They started off the season kind of slow, but they had to build confidence. They had to put the formula together for them to be successful, and it's looking like it's working. I don't know how they're going to finish. I still think the Lakers are going to finish at top 5 in the Western Conference. Just because LeBron's still playing at a superstar elite level, AD's playing great this year, and the people that JJ and the Lakers have around them is what makes it work. It will be good to see Lakers, make it back to the finals or whatever, even though I am a Celtics fan. But, I love to see my competition meet me at the door. Okay? Meet me at the door. Let's put another finals, epic finals series together between the Boston Celtics and the Lakers. So we'll talk more NBA. Obviously, I'm going to steer away from NFL because this season is basically over for the Cowboys. So I'm talking more NBA on this show. Look for more interviews coming up in the next few episodes. And I just want to thank everybody for their support, and thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Remember to follow us on all social media at Win or Lose Show, and go to the website at winorloseshow.com and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button below on YouTube, and we'll see you next time on Play by Play.